Hello everyone, I'm Thiago. Welcome again to Code Tab. In this series of videos, we are solving algorithm problems that we find on the internet, mostly from projecteuler.net. And today we are solving Project Euler's problem 19, which is named Counting Sundays. So let's read the description. You are given the following information, but you may prefer to do some research for yourself. The first item here is that the 1st of January 1900 was a Monday. 30 days has September, April, June, and November. All the rest have 31, saving February alone, which has 28, except on leap years, which has 29. A leap year occurs on any year evenly divisible by 4, but not on a century unless it's divisible by 400. Okay, so how many Sundays fell on the 1st of the month during the 20th century, from 1st of January 1901 to 31st of December 2000? Although I personally think it's funny that the century goes up to the year 2000, but okay, let's give that. So the problem is not very complicated if we're using Python, because Python has an interesting infrastructure for manipulating dates. So we can simply start from create a date type starting from January 1st, 1901, and keep incrementing the days. And if the day is on a Sunday, we just count it, and that's pretty much simple to implement on Python. So let's do it. First, let's create here our problem 19. Okay, and then we go for problem 19. Okay, for this I'm using the library datetime. This library I can create an object called date. Right, so datetime.date, and this date I can establish the year, the month, and the day of this object. So for this we can start from the first day that we have here, which is the January 1st, 1901. So the first one is year, 1901. The second one is the month, which is 1, and the third one is the day, which is also 1. Right, so the idea here is that I can count the Sundays. So we can just make a variable here to count the Sundays. And my strategy to solve this problem is keep iterating on the days until we reach the final day, which is January 1st, 2001. While date, well, I'm going to convert this date to string to ease our work here in the following format, right? So year, month, and day. While this is different than 2001, 0101, right? Then I'm going to count the Sundays. So I need to check if the date that I'm counting right now is a Sunday. So if date dot weekday, we have this function. Weekday is a function that returns which day of the week it is. It's starting from Monday as 0 up to Sunday as 6. So we need to check if this is 6. And if we also need to check if the date is the 1st of the month, right? So how many Sundays fell on the 1st of the month? So we need to check if the date dot day is equal to 1. Right, so if it's a Sunday and if it's the first day of this month, then Sundays increment. So nevertheless, we need to increment our date, right? So date is going to receive itself plus, we can use the function datetime dot time delta, which is, it increments a variation in the delta, right? In this case, we just want to increment day by day. So days equal to 1, so incrementing 1 day. In the end, we shall have the response to this problem, right? So we can have here the response in the variable Sundays. I suppose that this is correct. So let's give it a try. Python, problem 19, and we have the response here, which is 171. I think we can test it. Let's submit it to see if this is correct. And this is right. Yes, this is that simple of a problem. It's not complicated using Python. If you are not using Python, you're gonna have to implement every single condition that you have here, right? You're gonna have to start from January 1st, 1901, identify which day of the week this is, and keep incrementing it, so that like we can actually find if it's a Sunday or not. I will end it here. It's quite simple for our submission. See you on the next episode. If you liked it, please like, share, subscribe, and I see you next. Peace.